This movie is all about squad goals, except for Slipknot. The only cool thing about Slipknot is that they made some really great music in the 90s. What up, big hits? Here's my review of Suicide Squad. This will be non-spoiler. I want to thank my buddies at the Philosophers for letting me see this movie early. I was really excited to see this movie. And does this movie live up to the hype? I think it does. I've been really excited to see this movie for quite a long time. And to finally see characters like Harley Quinn and Deadshot, Killer Croc make their live-action debut, it was really awesome. This is the third film in the DC Cinematic Universe, and the first one to be directed by David Ayer, who did an excellent job really bringing these characters alive. I really love how comic booky this movie is, and that's a really good thing. They even have a lot of plays with overlays and text in the movie, and really giving a lot of backstory to these characters. So Will Smith stars as Fully Locked In, aka Deadshot. Will Smith definitely very charismatic. We love Will Smith. He really does a great job bringing in the character of Deadshot. He's a mercenary that's killed a lot of people, but he has a love for his daughter, and they really explore his relationship, but he's not the main focus of the film, which is a good thing, even though he is one of the main characters. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, oh my god. She was absolutely amazing. I think she owns this movie. Anyone that was scared about Harley Quinn's portrayal, they did a really great job. Not only do they combine her actual animated series origin with her New 52 origin, they really have a great nod to the history of Harley Quinn. Not only do they show great flashbacks with her and the Joker, they also have her in the actual Harley Quinn costume. You actually get to see that. It's a minor spoiler. She is mostly in her, Daddy's Little Monster booty short costume. When you look at her original Jester's costume, it makes sense that she would be in something like that over the Jester costume. Margot Robbie really does a great job showing how crazy Harley is, but showing how manipulative she is, her gymnastic skills. She's a badass, she's hilarious, and she has a lot of depth, especially with her feelings towards the Joker, which the Joker-Harley relationship is definitely explored in a lot of ways. They don't show the more abusive side. They show how Joker kind of treats her as like a plaything, but at the same time we don't see any physical abuse like we've seen her in the comics and in the cartoon. Let's talk about Jared Leto's Joker. Now, I absolutely love his portrayal. I actually was a big fan of the look. I'm a guy with tattoos, so I like the tattoo Joker, even the grills. The only bad thing I could say about the Joker is that we don't get enough of him. He isn't the main villain in this movie. He's not like how it was in Batman Assault on Arkham, where he's more integral to the plot. He's shown in flashbacks, and he's shown a little bit in this movie here and there, but he's not a main part. I really feel like they added the Joker just because this is the first movie with Harley and we had to have the Joker, which it definitely makes sense. In the Harley Quinn movie that we're supposed to get in, we see more of Joker and Harley's relationship, since they really set up that in the future. Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag, he has actually a really great job in this movie. He really is multifaceted in this movie. He has a lot of conflicting emotions. He's a soldier, but he has romance in this movie with Enchantress, which I'll talk about her in a second. There's really a lot of depth to his character, and he's a guy in charge of all these supervillains trying to take out this big threat, so he really did a great job with the character. Viola Davis as Amanda Waller. This had to be the best Amanda Waller we've seen on screen. We've seen her a little bit in the Green Lantern movie, and we've seen her in like shows like Arrow, but wow, she is a major badass. You are more intimidated by her than even the Joker. She is a force to be reckoned with, and there's a great scene in this movie with a character that I won't spoil that is just like, oh, it totally like is worth the admission. Jai Courtney as Captain Boomerang, and yes, they do call him Captain Boomerang in the movie. This has to be his best role yet. He actually did a great job. Not been a big fan of Jai Courtney's work, but him playing an Australian character, since he is Australian, maybe this was the role he was born to play, because this has to be my favorite Jai Courtney movie to date. Jay Hernandez as El Diablo. You get a lot of depth to this character. He is really like not just a hothead, pun intended, but he really has a really tragic backstory that you really feel for the character, and his overall arc in this movie is just really satisfying. I cannot say the actor that played this character, but Killer Croc in this movie, he was really badass. I love that he had practical makeup, because if you CGI, people would complain. He had some hilarious lines. He wasn't as fleshed out as I liked him to be, but it was really still great seeing Killer Croc in this movie. Also, Katana in this movie, it doesn't get a lot of a screen time, but she has some pretty badass moments, and she is a good guy that is to help Rick Flag. She is not a bad guy in this movie at all. She has some really cool moments, especially with her Soul Taker katana. Now, Kiara Delevingne as the Enchantress. There's actually more to this character than what you see in this trailers. She actually has a big role in this movie. I won't spoil anything, but she did a really great job, and she looked really wicked, pun intended. She has a great relationship with Rick Flag's character. Now, Ben Affleck does play Batman in this movie, but he's mostly shown in flashbacks. He's not a big part of this movie. He has a connection to most of the characters in the movie, and he has some great moments in this movie, but yeah, he's not a big part of this movie. He's really only shown in a few key scenes. The chemistry with this cast is absolutely amazing. They were hilarious. They all have a moment to shine, and it really makes me excited for the DC cinematic universe. I definitely cannot wait to see what they do with these characters. I know that they are talking about a Harley Quinn solo movie. I'd love to see that with her and the Joker's relationship explored more, but it made me really excited, and I feel like anyone that had complaints with Batman v Superman, and I'm a guy that loved Batman v Superman, they definitely will enjoy this movie. I don't think it's as emotional as Batman v Superman, but it's so much fun. There's so much more humor in this movie. It's definitely meant to be more of a fun, lighthearted movie. It has some great action scenes, really great cast of characters. I really enjoyed this movie, and with that said, I give Suicide Squad a 4.5 out of 5. Just like Deadpool, I think people that weren't a huge fans of like these comic book characters will really enjoy this movie. A lot of great humor and action. And this movie could have been rated R, but I'm really glad they kept it PG-13. There was really no reason to make it rated R. I feel like it just pushed PG-13. Kids watch this movie, but definitely adults like myself can enjoy it. Definitely recommend seeing this movie when it comes out this week. And for more, check out my website at SeanLexLong.com. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. I'm Sean Long. May I live long and love life. One thing, why didn't Will Smith have a song in this movie? We could have been, we're the Suicide Squad, Suicide Squad. Come on, just bounce with me. I would love to see that. Could you see like Will Smith and Jared Leto like dance together? That would have been awesome.
I need to ask you an important question. Do I need to whiten my teeth? No, but you need a breath.